Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cupid, and today we have gathered to hear about what do people learn from you, right? Whether that's like intentionally, like you're a teacher, or just through experience from being around you. What do you teach people? Okay. Um, Before I start the reading, I do want to go ahead and plug my tarot scopes. They are posted for this month of March. If you want to go check that out, they're over on my website, and the link for that is in the description box. Okay, so let's. Oh, and disclaimers. This is a general reading, meaning some of these messages may not be for you. If a message is not for you, then just leave it so that somebody else can receive their message. Not only that, but energies are fluid, so make sure to apply the energies to your life if they resonate, as they resonate. You are the only one who knows your life the most, okay? Let's go ahead and get into the reading. What do people learn from you? What do people learn from you? What do people learn from you? What do you teach people? We have the devil. Temperance. The devil, temperance, and King of Wands. Interesting. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm hearing pace yourself. People learn how to pace themselves from you. And I feel like this could have to do with how they pursue I think this has to do with how they use substance, right? Or how they indulge. There's something about indulgence here. Where it's like people learn how to have more balance in their consumption or in their indulgence. And I see with this Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is that this has a lot to do with just I'm hearing conservation. So like this is just about how them learning how this affects their energies, right? How to make sure their energies are aligned to do the work that they need to do. This could have to do with like partying specifically, or drug addictions, or just being addicted to work, maybe. Like working all the time. People learn how to not work all the time, or they learn how to prioritize work more. I can't help but look at these cups when it comes to temperance, and so I'm thinking of like alcoholism. Somebody you know could have a drinking problem, and for some of you, and you're very helpful in regards to them dealing with this drinking problem, or at least like seeing the problem in a new perspective, in a new light. I'm also hearing purpose. This has a lot to do with like people finding purpose again, you know, finding their purpose, being able to, I don't know, find direction towards that purpose here with this King of Wands. Because I keep thinking about passion, like somebody with a lot of passion, a lot of desire to create and build. But it's like maybe sometimes like somebody people don't know the first thing to do, or what type of work to do, and they're like holding on, they're codependent to some nasty habits. And it seems like you're able to kind of wake people up to how these habits are holding them back. Okay, can we get some more cards? We have Nine of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. One more card. Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So I'm getting this energy. I feel like people learn from you. Well, one, I feel like with this Nine of Swords beneath this Devil, I feel like the people we're talking about, they tend to be chained to their fear. I'm hearing chained to their fear. They make decisions from a place of fear. All their thoughts are seen through the lens of fear, and it creates this very real hindrance to their ability to progress in the ways that they want to, right? Because they're so scared. They're scared of taking risks, or they're scared of speaking up, or they're scared. I don't know. It's just something. And they do have a codependent thing. And I feel like for some, it could be drugs, alcohol. It could be shopping. I'm hearing somebody who's in debt for sure. But it's like with this card, you're teaching them, or they're learning through you, how to recognize, one, that they are making decisions from a place of fear. I feel like this is not something that they knew this whole time. It's like through their interactions with you, they start to recognize what fear looks like, right? And how fear operates within them, and how they've been using fear as a crutch to hold themselves back. And so, they're waking up to this here. They're learning. I do feel like with this Temperance and the Nine of Cups, I am getting this energy of like loving yourself, self-love, learning how that self-love is making sure that you are prioritizing yourself, right? You're prioritizing your wants and needs. You're satisfied, self-love is making sure that you are satisfied here with this Nine of Cups. Making time for the projects you want to work on, or making time, to just do what you want to do and be you. But with this Three of Wands here, I really feel like this has a lot to do with like thinking bigger, with this, because at first I'm like, it's not really about, I don't know, but I am getting this thing of like just expanding your mindset. Like maybe you just didn't have a balanced mindset, or these people didn't have a balanced mindset, and so like things are just very black and white to them. But it's like you come in and you're teaching, they're learning through you, or you're teaching them, in a very intentional way, like an instructor or something. You're guiding them to stop seeing life through these binaries, because it's holding them back, right? I feel like we're talking about people with a lot of lack mentality. So there's all this, I can't, or but this, or this and that, but I can't move, and that did that, and so that's, it's like all these excuses of why They're not doing more for themselves. And it's like they're seeing so many things as brick walls that aren't. And I feel like you're helping them with that. And with this Four of Wands, I'm getting a reflective vibe, right? So it's kind of like through you, they're learning to be more introspective, to be more mindful of their thoughts and their habits and how their own actions affect them in their daily life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting here. Let's get some messages for you guys. Sight is earned, sight is learned. We got 2 more messages. Experiment with tone and volume. And we also have date. Interesting. Someone else at the bottom of the deck. I don't know why, but I feel like I should reshuffle that. But I'm gonna reshuffle, sorry. That does not feel right. Can I get 1 card at a time? Cry it out. I'm getting lots of forgiveness here. Forgiveness. Confusion. Permission. This is interesting. Permission at the bottom of the deck. But let's talk about it. So, first I want to talk about sight is earned, sight is learned. Okay? This card is really about, this card is about how we grow and learn through experience, right? It is the experience that makes us, that causes us to earn, right, this sight, right? If you've never seen something before, you don't know what it looks like. You get what I'm saying? But this is also about forgiving yourself in the past for the things you didn't know or the things you didn't see or understand, because how were you supposed to if it's something that you've never encountered before, right? It's being more practical and saying like it's not your fault that you didn't know this in the past. So forgive yourself, because not forgiving ourselves for things, especially like things like this that are very simple and unavoidable, it can put you in this mental prison where you stay stuck thinking that you're not good enough, or you're not worth enough, or you're not doing enough, or you're not, you know, you need to be more, you should just give up because you just don't see more for yourself, right? Like with the Three of Wands, like I said, it's about thinking bigger, right? You're somehow able to teach people and show people that they can see their worth on a grander scale if they want, right? They don't have to limit themselves to just being worth just this, when they could be worth this if they chose to see it that way, right? They expand their perception of self and self-worth. And I'm also hearing like just not waiting for, you don't need permission, right? That's what I heard here. You don't need permission. You don't need somebody to come and say, okay, now it's time for you specifically to be a showstopper. No, like you have to decide on your own that you want it and you're going to make it happen. When I see this cry it out card, I feel like this goes back to the forgiveness too. I feel like you help people release the pain that they're holding on to, right? You help people release You know what I'm saying? Like, because forgiving is an act of releasing. And so it's like they're really holding on. They're not seeing that they're holding on to all these negative traits and negative habits and negative thought patterns and negative, you know what I'm saying, negative perceptions of self, bad habits. And they're holding on to all these things. They're holding on to these bad memories and outdated concepts. And they're not really seeing how it's like holding them back and keeping them chained to something that doesn't give them any fulfillment. Confusion. This is very interesting to me because I really feel like this is about you clearing up misconceptions or misunderstandings for people, right? For example, like when I was saying, they don't need permission, right? They learn you that they don't need permission to be who they need to be and show up for themselves and start that business or start that, you know, that hobby, or, you know, they don't need somebody to step in and say, yeah, that's a good idea. Go do that. That'll work. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're confused. I feel like there's a lot of things that people have been taught when they were younger about how the world works or about worth that has actually done a lot of damage to mislead them. But you're able to clear up these confusions, in a sense, helping them like break possibly generational curses, or just like continuing to perpetuate things that have already been proven to be like harmful and unnecessary. But I feel like, yeah, people come to you, and through you they learn that they've been confused, right? They learn that they don't actually know what they think they know, and it does shift their perspective around. But let's get some overall advice for you. Overall advice for what you teach people. Overall advice for what you teach people. Dang, can I just get one card? Like, I'm not trying to do all that. Just give me one card. Overall advice. Hearth. So to me, this card, Hearth. To me, this card is about community, okay? It's about community. It's about kind of like we are one and we're all, you know, we're all here together type of feel. I feel like your advice sorry, I was waiting for that to come out. But I feel like it has a lot to do with approaching what you're doing. Because I feel like for some of you, you might not be necessarily like a teacher, but you are in a position socially, career-wise, what have you, where people come to you for advice, or people end up getting advice from you. It's just something about your position in life right now, where you are, you know, you're put in this role, and I feel like your advice is telling you to approach it from the perspective of like creating the world that you want to live in, right? I don't know, this is coming off like more like optimistic. Like, be optimistic that this world that you want to create is possible, right? It's not far-fetched that you can, it's not far-fetched that you can help change the world with what you're saying, or what you're doing. Like, you can. I don't know. It's to me, it's about just spreading this love. I'm not sure how you help people. It could just have to do with your words for some of you. For others, maybe it's your actions. Like, you set an example with this King of Wands. Like, and then the King of Wands and the Four of Wands. So it's like through your actions, you set this example and people learn from you. But continue to see it as something like community service, right? You do that for the good of, right? For the greater good, you know? And so just approach it from it like that. Like, this is just the love. This is the love that you give out. If somebody needs help or needs some advice, you give advice. If somebody needs some insight, you help them out, or guidance, you help them out. And that's just like what you do out of the love that you have. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, I guess it's more so about like, just don't be too judgmental of people, and also not being judgmental of the trajectory of people's growth. I'm getting that strongly. You know, growth and evolution is not linear. Some things that you feel are super straightforward are not going to be super straightforward for others, or things that are super easy to understand, they're not going to be super easy to understand for everybody. And so just like remembering that growth is not linear, and that it's not a race either. Like, don't ever make anybody feel bad for not growing as quickly or in the same way you or somebody else has. All right. Well, that's all I have today. If you guys enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post new videos. That's it. I'll see you at the next reading. Bye.